sorry. I'm here. I'm so glad to be here. It's Friday, but we start our vacation today, and here at the show. And I think Debmar Mercury, the producers of the show, hate when I say that we start our vacation, but we have great encore performances. But I am so distracted. Like, you know that Sierra song that for whatever reason some people don't like it? I've been thinking about you. Ow. That is my ear widget, and we're off for 5 weeks, and I'll tell you what I've done after I do it. But believe me you. Okay? We're gonna have so much fun, and I'm trying to organize, like sometime during the middle of it, Suzanne and Norman, I'm going to try to, and camera people and whoever answers their phone, I think I wanna organize a bus trip to P-Town.
Oh!
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know she invited me.
Yes.
And so but I didn't realize that she knows so many people behind the scenes here.
Right.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
But that might be a little pop-up right in the middle of all of our vacations if everybody's not off in Bora Bora or something. We pay well around here. So everybody has beach houses and yachts and they'll be busy. But, wow. Anyway, shout out to you, Tamar. Tamar, he's a good one. Don't be so spoiled, okay? Because I don't know what his tolerance level is, but you do, because that's your man. On last night's Braxton Family Values, the sisters went on a trip with the sisters and all the sisters' men. Now, all the sisters' men aren't husbands. Some of them are new boyfriends and temporary and things like that. So Tamar brought her boyfriend, David. Now, you know, we've met David through the side camera from one of our shady cameramen when Tamar was here on the couch, remember, and she was saying that her man was here. And I think it was me who called him out, and I had the cameraman, you know, they know what to do because we've been working together for a long time. They swung that camera around and caught him. I don't think that Tamar knew that we were gonna do that, but when you come to the show and you're on the couch, anybody who you don't wanna be part of the show, you leave them upstairs in the green room. But he was standing right there, as a matter of fact, almost dressed the same. He had on the sunglasses, you know, and we were checking him out. Anyway, so she's been with him for a moment, and he went on the trip, and he graduated from Harvard Business School. He's the one of the youngest graduates of Harvard Business School ever. He's 49 years old. He's from Nigeria. He already wants Tamar to meet his mom. He wants to make this trip to Nigeria to meet his mom. And so what had happened was the guys were busy doing guy stuff and bonding. And what's his name again? David was in there with the guys bonding, and Tamar wasn't happy about it. You just take a look and then we'll talk.
What?
Oh.
David, come here, please.
I thought you were gone.
No, I'm here.
I'm in trouble again?
You're in trouble. Come here.
Wait. He can't hang with the...
He good. We
He can't hang with the fellas?
No, not today. What y'all was talking about?
We're talking about Vaughn.
And what else?
Well, Vaughn was talking about Gabe.
And what else?
How he was dealing with it.
That's it.
Yeah.
And so listen, you can't really hang out like that. You can't still hang with me.
Who?
Me.
Rather than...
Because you gonna get taken. I need to be supervising the situation, okay?
Really?
You need to be chaperoned. You had just met my family, okay? I need to know what's coming out of everybody's mouth. I need to be monitoring the situation, okay?
So, it's funny because, you know, here in the studio while my co-hosts were watching it, when she got to the point of, you know, you don't need to be in there with them, you need to be here with me, I heard some, oh. But here's the thing, right? Behavior like that can either A, drive a guy away, because the woman is too needy, but David knew who Tamar was before he got with Tamar. So you know she's the youngest, she's spoiled. Tamar loves attention, she's not shy about that, and when she gives it to us, we get life. Right? Like, right? You know? You might not like her as a friend, you might not like her as a girlfriend or a daughter or whatever, but to watch her on TV, she's hella entertaining and she's super sweet, for real, in real life. Anyway, I feel like she was absolutely correct, and here's why. But these are the kinds of things you don't say on camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't say that on camera, and you don't say that around anybody but your man or your woman. You say this, look, because we all have that family, don't front. All right, I'll start and then you all admit it too. Look, my brother, he's special. Not you, Tommy, I'm talking about in general. Because everybody gets sensitive, you know what I mean? But look, my brother, he's special. You know, he's, a nuclear physicist, and he will drive you crazy with his rocket collection. And then you'll get down there in the basement and he'll start to pull out his music and he'll occupy all your time. My sister, don't talk about her. She can't stand men. She hasn't had a boyfriend ever. She's let herself go. Maintain eye contact with her, don't observe everything else. She's let herself go, and she really is a man hater and is critical of any man who comes in the house, from our father to my boyfriend to whatever. This is not my sister. Why are you oohing? I'm talking. Mommy, Daddy, Tommy, Wanda, Alex, Travis, young Kev. I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about them. Like, people who have, don't you have that kind of family that if you bring a new man home and you know that that man is gonna be left bonding with the guys? Because bonding with the guys is good. You ever have a man and you look out the window and you see him tossing the football with your dad and your uncles and stuff, and you're like, yeah, that's my man, right? But then there's a fine line when they start saying too much. Like, these two have been together for only a matter of months. And Tamar is digging him and he's digging her. By the way, he's also a multimillionaire. I forgot to mention that. All of a sudden I heard somebody say, Tamar, shut up. Just shut up and get the ring. I didn't hear them say that, but in my head I did. No, I feel as though that's a conversation that everybody needs to have with family members. If you bring home a new friend, it could be a platonic friend, nothing sexual. If you're a woman and you bring home one of your new girlfriends, or you're a guy, you bring home one of your new guy friends, you have to give warnings for your family or whoever's living in your house. You know, grandma lives here, she's got a little bit of dementia, she will forget a lot of things very quickly. This is what you do. No, this is not a laughing thing. This is how to handle your family 101. That's it. So Braxton Family Values airs at 9 o'clock on WeTV on Thursday nights. Okay. It's okay, after I wear it, I'm gonna use it as a pool cover-up. No, not a full pull, like it doesn't have stretch. It's one of those wrap dresses that when you unwrap it and let it blow in the wind and you can have on your bikini. Thinking about you. If your clothes don't do double duty, then you're shopping at the wrong spot. That's all I'm saying. Your clothes need to work for you. You don't need to work for them. Let's talk about Lamar. See? All right, I'm conflicted. I have to pay attention. Okay. I love Lamar Odom, as you know. The first time I ever met Lamar, what did he buy me? Jeans. You heard Suzanne say it. Yes, Suzanne, jeans.
I know, I was.
He left his credit card on the counter and he bought me some jeans. I didn't know who he was. You know, I don't follow any basketball or any sports. Mm-hmm. And at that time, I wasn't doing hot dogs. Was I on TV? Nope, I was on the radio. Mm-hmm. I mean, I was still talking, but who's that big man and why'd he buy me some jeans? Oh, okay. Anyway, I like Lamar. Lamar is a very nice man. He's a very sweet man. He's a very handsome man when he has himself together. And Lamar is out promoting this book. It's a brand new book. I thought that the buzz for this book was supposed to be a lot bigger than it is. You know, not for nothing. I mean, this is the book that people have been waiting for. It's called Darkness to Light. And in the book, he talks all about, no holds barred. He's got no filter in this book. And I like no filter at all. And I don't believe that this book is being done from a mean-spirited way. I read the book, even though most of the stuff in the book I already knew. The things that I didn't know, I was like, oh, well, it's implied based on his behavior. You know, I had my whole Hot Topics bureau read the book. They didn't learn anything new. As a matter of fact, it was an arduous project for them to get through it, only because we knew the stuff. But for you, if you don't know the stuff, if you want to read it in his voice, you need to read this book. And I'm really shocked that this is not #1 all over the universe. Yeah, yeah. There were a few things that I didn't know, and like he's been everywhere. You know, he went to Good Morning America. He's been everywhere promoting this book, and I know he wanted to come here, but I just thought it would be better if I talked about the book than talk with Lamar about the book, because I feel more comfortable talking with you about such seedy things. You know, like if Lamar was here, quite frankly, I couldn't sit back in judgment. Cause I'm like scared for him. I feel bad for him. Like I feel sorry for Lamar. You know what I'm saying? So we couldn't, understand me, co-host and Wendy watchers. The only reason why is just because I love him so much that I couldn't do him dirty like that. I'd rather just talk with you about it. I would rather just talk with you. Well, honey, first of all, I had no idea that about 10 years ago, he had it going on with Taraji P. Henson. Exactly. Look. This is when she was in Benjamin Button and she was nominated for an Oscar. And so he was double dating with Taraji and then Angelina and Brad. Well, I don't believe that these two were together at that particular time. Married? Were they married or was
Brad and Angelina, they were dating.
They were
married yet.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she was still the worst woman and he was still the worst man. Nobody, I guess, really knew Lamar. Lamar didn't even really know himself, I guess, until he got with Taraji and would do fabulous things like be dating them. I don't remember Taraji back in that time except for Benjamin Button. But she was dating Lamar at that time. And why didn't you know about it? Because Taraji was leading the relationship at that point. And you can picture this. She's a very headstrong woman, and I mean that in a good way. She's in charge of her own life. You know, she's a single mom. At the time, her son was 14 years old, and Lamar goes in. First of all, I know she's pissed that Lamar even brought her name up. Only because, you know, when you think of a guy like Lamar, you sometimes think of birds of a feather. But maybe some people can handle it better than others. But no, that's not the case. Taraji didn't even know he was getting down with the get down. She didn't know he was getting high. She was busy. She ended up breaking up with him. Hold on, let me just break this down for you. So her son was 14 years old. She's a single mom in Hollywood. If you know Taraji like we know Taraji through the show, she always says, because I always ask about people's personal, you know, like who are you messing with? She always says, Wendy, I'm not telling you, my personal life is personal. So, and she never gets mad about it. She just says it, you know, in a way, like she's busy, but she's not gonna tell us. And I like that. She doesn't want her son to see her all out. Now her son's in college. You know, she doesn't want her son to see her out here, you know, dating different men. Oh. Well, my son's not 14, he's 18, he understands. And 18 is almost like being grown, and he knows I gave everything the college try, and I deserve my happiness. That's it. Look, stop. Come on now. Come on now. So, then she takes him to Prince's house, and he's like, oh my God, Prince is here. Patti LaBelle is here. Natalie Cole is here. Like, all the heavy hitters were there, and he was there with Taraji. So this is when, I guess he was playing with the Lakers, but we didn't really know who he was, and he was getting his life with her and was in love with her. He said he could never, loosely phrased, but he did say black woman. He could never love a black woman the way he loved Taraji. Do you look at that side eye? Are you insulted or do you, all right, clap if you don't take offense by that. Zazam. That's why it's better to talk about him than talk with him, you know what I mean? Because I feel some kind of ways about it, but I don't feel mad at Lamar. I feel sorry for him. His mother passed away when he was 12 years old. That was a big change in his life. The other thing is that he had a child who passed away of SIDS, and he said that's when his life with the drugs started, like really, exactly, but still. He says he still wants to get back together with Chloe. He says he loves Chloe like no other, and he says, well, you know, he'll have to, you know, you'll have to talk to her about that or whatever. Chloe, you leave that man alone. You leave him alone. The book is a really, really juicy book. I know I'm explaining things to you, but you want to read it in Lamar's words. I'm serious, he held nothing back. He wants to play ball again. He wants to play like internationally, like maybe in Taiwan or something like that. Good for him, go. No, go, so that we don't have to think about him, because when I think about him, I think of woo, woo, woo. I don't think of like, I don't even look at him as being a low-down, dirty dog for all the things that he's done to Chloe and the lies and things. He said that man who's now passed away, the white chubby guy who owned the bunny ranch, he said that man might have been the one who put the cocaine in his system. When the cops said, well, he's passed away, so he's not here to talk. But Lamar sat there, I believe, with Robin Roberts. Hi, Robin. Sat with Robin Roberts on the Good Morning America. And he said that, she says, well, they found, it might have been Gail, I'm not sure. He's been everywhere. Good Morning America. It was Good Morning America?
Juju Chang.
Who?
Juju Chang.
Juju
from
Chang.
Good Morning America.
Okay, all the same phrase. Point is everybody but Wendy. Because because I find it more comforting to talk to him about this. I don't know that those people ever got a pair of jeans bought by him or something like that. Like, I feel a ways about this. So, so Juju's like, oh, there was coke in your system. He's like, oh, I don't know how it got there. He must have put it there. You know, the man who passed away must have put it there. Lamar, come on. And then he had 12 strokes. He's supposed to have been dead. They revived him. He comes back and still gets down with the get down. And that white boy who was his best friend on Kardashians wasn't his best friend at all. You ready for this one? He was cast. They needed, the family felt as though Lamar needed a white friend because all of his friends were black homies from around the way in Queens. Yeah, right? Yo, I was disappointed too. This boy loosely knew Lamar, like they knew each other, like I get what up, pound, and he's from Queens. But he wasn't friends with Lamar like that, and all the black homies were upset that they couldn't get the shine on TV and maybe a chance at one of the twins. You know, Chloe, those girls. You know, and then this man passed away of drugs, because I immediately want to say, well, how did he feel? He had some sort of flesh-eating disease due to what?
That was bacteria due
Bacterial
to like, his
infection
addiction.
due to heroin usage. So everybody's getting stupid high. And so I opened the book. I like, okay, so what did he feel about his friend when his friend passed? Like, how did that affect him? Why didn't that scare him straight? Only to read, that wasn't really my friend and all my homies were mad. I'm like, what? Hello, Norman? Did you read this part? Anyway, what else did I learn in that book?
What else? We had Taraji, and he slept with 2,000 women.
Oh, right. And then he goes, when he's talking to Juju, or maybe it was somebody else, he goes, well, that's you know, it might not have been 2,000, but somewhere around that. So 2,000, did you always use condoms? He said no. Okay. Like, I get it, you know, because I didn't think that he and Chloe were a real relationship when they got married after only knowing each other for 30 days, but Chloe did love him, and Chloe put everything into him. But Chloe, you know what? Take this the best way. It's not like Chloe gets extra. You know how when a man wants you so bad, they, ooh, baby, baby, please, like that, and he got on TV and he's talking like that? This is not the time for Chloe to be feeling like, yup, I got the snap in gyro, and I cook well, and he gets me, and like that. No, you get no points. Like, it's real easy to seduce a guy like Lamar. He's a real simple dude who apparently what he wanted to do was get high, you know what I'm saying, and have somebody take care of him. And that does not give you points as a woman, it just gives you points as a kind woman and a caretaker. And Chloe, move on, leave this man alone. Oh. Freeze. One more thing. Back to Taraji. The reason that they broke up, Taraji broke up with Lamar. I know. And so I'm thinking maybe she walked in and found him with another woman and a bunch of drugs laying around or what? No. See, she's a smart cookie Lyons. So here she is, she's in Benjamin Button. You know, there's a lot of buzz about the Oscars and stuff. Brad Pitt's in it, it's a big deal. They're going all around the world promoting the movie. One of the jaunts was going over to China. Taraji wants Lamar to come with her to China. Come on, man, it's off season. Lamar didn't want to go because Lamar had to stay home where the drugs are. So he chose, that's how high he was getting. He chose to stay with the drugs as opposed to go with a starlet, you know, and be a wonderful couple and everything. So, and I'm not saying that to make fun because drugs knows drugs and you know, and that whole bit. I'm not saying this to make fun. I'm just saying, like, damn, Lamar, you made some really messed up choices, but you have a second chance at something. What? Not an NBA career. Not Chloe. Not none of these women in the audience. But there will always be a woman who likes just a nice guy who's humble. And Lamar, there's more life for you, but I get concerned. I get concerned for you, Lamar. Good book. No matter how much you promote it, if you don't speak up more and talk to the people who are interviewing you, you're not promoting your book. I did a better job at it than you could. You know what, like he's not a good talker, you know what I'm saying? You gotta sell the book, sell it, man. Anyway, that's Hot Topics, we got more great show. The Hot Talk panel is next to break down a lot of stuff, including the sex habits of young people between 18 and 29. So grab a snack and, yeah.